You mentioned LinkedIn, right? So tell me a little bit more about how the companies you previously worked at maybe should have thought about bringing customers to them, and maybe how LinkedIn ties into that.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing at all the companies that I worked at that I saw was a really big opportunity that was missed was the fact that they were having tons of sales conversations with potential prospects. They were having tons of customer success conversations, and in those conversations, you would have, a member of the sales team getting a really good pulse on the key problems that their customers were having or the prospects were having. And I work with so many really smart like account executives, SDRs, CSMs, and they would provide so much value one-on-one in all of these calls. But I think the big missed opportunity for driving additional organic um, driving additional inbound revenue was that instead of just saying these answers one on one, the big opportunity would be to have the CSM just post about the problems that they're talking about, post about all the problem solving that they're doing. And my take is that like by the time somebody hits your sales calls or hits a customer QBR with a problem, there's a really high chance that like at least 50% of the market is asking the same questions. So one really tangible example of this was my last company is a company called Vidyard, and the whole idea behind Vidyard is that you would need they create a tool that makes it easy for salespeople and revenue teams to record and then share videos. So video messages like Loom. What I heard so often with our CSMs at really big accounts was that we would have like enterprise companies, they have already installed Vidyard, right? But they would ask, how should we use video to sell? They've already bought the solution, but they're asking us, oh, how should we use video to its full potential? Right. And then the CSM comes up with the plan. They give all these tips. Right. And I think like the next step for a lot of companies is how can you take a subject matter experts like the one you already have on your team, such as these CSMs, and how can you help them create content that they're already like talking about in a one-on-one setting and then scale it, through a channel like LinkedIn. And I think that would be the big opportunity for, the companies that I worked at before and any companies that I work with in the future. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like we're totally aligned on that as well. I mean, people might call it fancy stuff like customer marketing or what have you, but really, to your point, if one person's asking your team a question, it's very probable that the vast majority of people in your ICP probably have the same questions. And instead of just having that silo conversation in private, you should be sharing that information publicly so other people who have that problem will organically come to you and enter your pipeline.